Ever wonder what D&D class should be based on your favourite game? Well, this is the video for you. I have made a bunch of these videos for vertical platforms and now I'm shoving them all into one compilation for you to sit and enjoy. 24 minutes of me designing what you should play as your next D&D class based on your favourite game. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy them. If you want more of these, leave me a comment of what game you want me to cover next and subscribe. Bye. Here's what D&D class you are based on your favourite game. If your favourite game is Stardew Valley and you've got way too many hours on it to admit, then your class is a druid. You get to engage in farming, be with wildlife, and you're often working to preserve and enhance the environment around you. That's very druid of you. It's giving house in. Here's what D&D class I think you'd be based on your favourite game. If it's Hollow Knight, then your D&D class should be a rogue. You're agile and stealthy, great at disarming traps. You rely on your agility and cunning to navigate dangerous environments. Not to mention uncovering hidden treasures. Do you want a part 2? Here's what D&D class you are based on your favourite game. If it's currently Helldivers 2, then you're a gunslinger. While it's definitely more of a homebrew, this firearm proficient class would be right up your street. Alright. Which D&D class you are based on your favourite game, part 3, 4. You love Red Dead Redemption, and I have a class that will fit you perfectly. You're into camping in the wilds and wilderness survival. You're a ranger, so probably pretty good at tracking and hunting. Rangers often use bows, and that could translate into firearms. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Here's what your D&D class will be depending what your favourite game is. If you cannot stop losing at Call of Duty, and yes, even Warzone, and yet you just keep on turning up day after day, you go and play that game, even though I know your KD is not good. Your D&D class is clearly a fighter. You're proficient in various different weapons, you excel in direct combat, and you probably often lead the charge in battle. And don't worry, I used to be a Call of Duty girl myself, but I cannot aim for the life of me. No 360 no scopes here. Also, I really want to see someone do a 360 no scope in D&D. That would be fantastic. Please make that happen. If anyone is a fighter class, please, whatever weapon you're currently using, just throw it at your next victim and try and do a 360 no scope. Not that you can scope on a sword, but you understand what I'm saying. Welcome back to me choosing your D&D class based on your favourite game. It Sona says it was Hollow Knight a few months ago, but now it's Cyberpunk. So what about it? If your favourite game is Hollow Knight and you want to see what D&D class should be, go back and watch that video. But what about Cyberpunk? This could change depending on what type of Cyberpunk player you are. I'm the sort of player that just likes to run and gun. I'm spending a lot of time driving about the cities. First thing that comes into my head is artificer, and I know we've had this before, but let me explain. Depending on what weapons you use in game that is your favourite, you potentially could be an artillerist and specialise in long range weaponry. I know some of you have gone out and got the mantis blades. So I do have a second option for you if you're not feeling the vibe. What about a warlock? Hear me out. Your brain is literally taken over with Keanu Reeves, and a lot of your powers seem to come from a bargain with an extraplanar entity, aka Johnny Silverhand. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Alright, this one was super tough because I have never played a Fire Emblem game before, so I did a little bit of research and I watched some Fate's gameplay. Definitely not my sort of game, but I can see why you like it. Again, this might be something of a multi-class depending on what kind of character you tend to favour in this game. My first instinct would actually to go for a fighter. These tend to be masters of martial combat, really good with melee weapons, and a variety of melee weapons at that. Their strengths literally lie in strength and dexterity. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Fire Emblem does seem to have some sort of magic within it going on, so I feel like it might be a good idea to use the archetype Eldritch Knight. That kind of has some magical abilities in it, but then you're still a fighter. So they tend to use magical techniques similar to those practiced by wizards. They learn a small number of spells, but they commit them to memory instead of keeping them in a spell book, and this makes them really, really great at tactics. Again, let me know what you think of this one in the comment section. What your D&D class should be based on your personal favourite game. Apparently, this is what I'm doing now. Do you see someone who says Okami and Team Fortress 2? I've never played Okami before, but it's always been on my list, and I have played Team Fortress 2. I kind of wish I would know what class in Team Fortress 2 you enjoy playing as, because I feel like that would change potentially my answer. First of all, I actually thought paladin. From what I remember of Okami, it's very like divine energy, which is giving paladin. And Team Fortress Fortress 2 does take a lot of teamwork. Now, I don't know what class you're playing in Team Fortress 2, whether you're something that's more aggressive or something that's more healing or tanky, but I feel like Paladin might be a good option for you. It combines some good magical powers, some martial prowess, you're pretty good with weapons, and also the teamwork as well. Everyone loves having a Paladin in the party. It's reassuring. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section. What are your D&D classes based on your favourite game? So, this one is a bit of a reach, but let me know what you think. If you love The Sims 4, you would be a bard. Bards are known to be charismatic and skilled performers. They're normally pretty good at interpersonal and connecting with other people. And that's pretty good for if you're going to be playing The Sims 4, depending on how you play. Aside from the building aspect in The Sims 4, it's really heavily relies on interactions with other characters and building relationships with those around you and in the wider area. Bards also have access to spells like Hideous Laughter, and you cannot tell me that that is not literally you playing The Sims making them do things. Here's what D&D class you are based on your favourite game. I have a feeling I know what it would be, but how about The Witcher 3? Fantastic, I'm really glad you asked about my favourite game. This is a Witcher 3 tattoo if you didn't catch the drift. In The Witcher 3 you find yourself as Geralt with 2 swords, casting spells, using potions and hunting monsters. I personally think that the D&D class that really embodies the themes of this game is actually a blood hunter. A blood hunter is a warrior who uses a rare form of magic called hemocraft. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And they use it to augment their fighting abilities. This was actually a class that Matthew Mercer made for Vin Diesel because Vin Diesel plays D&D. Incredible. Their primary abilities is strength, dexterity, or intelligence and wisdom. These adept warriors have forged themselves into a potent force dedicated to protecting the innocent. And I feel like that is pretty close to a Witcher, even though they don't want to admit why they're actually doing what they're doing. Ultimately, it is to protect people from the monsters that are outside. Let me know what you think in the comments, whether I got this one right or not. Welcome back to find out what your favourite game means which D&D class you should be. Bex says, I'm intrigued. What about Fortnite? So I actually had a couple of ideas for this one and I really want your input to see what you think. My first idea was actually an artificer. So you're really good at inventing things, which kind of connects me to the building element of Fortnite. Because I don't know about you, but I'm terrible at building in that game. And I feel like you've got to have a lot of agility and be really like switched on. When I see people building these huge towers within seconds, I think that's really genius. I hate that they can do that so quickly. I personally feel like the way artificers think and can build things like that is really genius, and I can see a little bit of that in the building phase of Fortnite. I feel like they're pretty equipped for fast-paced dynamic gameplay. And my second idea was actually going to be some sort of monk, and this could even be a multi-class option. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I'm going to go with artificer for this one for now. Maybe I'll redo this video if we decide on something else together. If Minecraft is your favourite game, then here is what D&D class you should be. And I know you've been waiting a long time. Thank you very much. I work a full-time job, so it takes me a long time to make all of these. Let's get specific here. You spend all of your time looking for diamonds. That is your one sole purpose in life. You love diamond hunting and you spend most of your time in the dark. Congratulations, you're a rogue druid multi-class. Firstly, I'm going to give you a rogue scout. You are keenly observational and the master of exploration. To partner with this, your multi-class would be a druid circle of the land underdark. As a druid, you can have spells and abilities that will help navigate this subterranean terrain. Land stride, pass without a trace, all things that you could use a lot of if you're mining, especially if you want to avoid what lurks below. Just imagine how easy it would be for you to spider climb up to go and get all the good diamonds when you find a cave. Your expertise will come in so handy in exploring the deepest mines and uncovering hidden treasures. You can stay alert for danger and avoid enemies easily. Face the final frontier. Or is it? More importantly, what class would you be if your favourite game is Starfield? If you love Starfield, space exploration, sci-fi themes, then I think your D&D character should be the class of a wizard, school of transmutation, and a rogue inquisitive. I really think this multi-class mirrors and marries up the exploratory and investigative gameplay in Starfield. As a wizard, school of transmutation, you'll master altering physical properties and adapting to different environments. Ideal for the harsh conditions of space. Pair your incredible wizard skills with the rogue inquisitive, where you are sharp-minded, excel in solving mysteries, have skills like ear for deceit, and have an eye for detail. This makes you natural at navigating those alien worlds and decoding those complex situations. To go even deeper, I think you should play a Spelljammer campaign. If you love space, then this would be the one for you. I'm actually in a Spelljammer campaign myself, and it's so much fun. Who knows, maybe you'll even encounter a Nautiloid ship. I heard that Hades is your favourite game and you want to know what D&D class you should play. Now I have two options for you today and you can choose to multi-class them if you wish. You can be a fighter battle master. The first weapon you get in Hades is a sword. So why not embody the relentless combat skills of Zagreus as you fight your way through the underworld. Your tactical prowess and combat moves can mirror that of how Zagreus goes about dungeon crawling. Precision attack and riposte are just two of the abilities that you could use in D&D to mimic Zagreus' fighting. And you can be just as quick as him. But Billy, what about all the boons from the patrons, I hear you ask? Well, this is where a warlock comes in. Notably the fiend I think would be a good one. I think you can draw power from fearsome and fiery patrons, just like Zagreus' infernal lineage. Your pact with the fiend will be able to give you the hellish rebuke, and the Dark One's blessing could also enhance your survivability and your effectiveness in combat. Let me know your quickest runtime and favourite weapon in the comment section. If your favourite game is Life is Strange, then here's what D&D class you should be. I'm going to give you a sorcerer of divine soul mixed with and multi-classed with a College of Whispers bard. As a sorcerer with divine soul, your magical abilities can often feel emotionally driven. Much like Max's power in the game, your connection to that divine magic allows you to heal, protect and manipulate fate itself. With abilities like Favoured by the Gods and Empowered Healing, you can influence the outcomes and provide crucial support to your allies. Pair this with a Bard College of Whispers. You can tap into the emotional and psychological aspects of storytelling. Now, bards can be anything. You don't have to sing. No. Maybe your bardic inspiration is taking photos. But abilities like Words of Terror and Shadow Lore could enable you to manipulate others and reveal their deep secrets. This multi-class captures the essence of Life is Strange experience, and no, I haven't played them all the way through, I'm sorry. What D&D class would you be if you love Destiny 2? I need you to separate the classes that you can get in Destiny 2 with D&D. I think you should be a warlock. Warlocks are seekers of arcane knowledge and wielders of eldritch power. Eldritch blast. Choosing a patron like the Pact of the Tome or the Great Old One aligns you with mysterious cosmic forces. I think that kind of all mimics the Guardian's questline in Destiny 2. I used to actually play Destiny 2 a long time ago. You wield spells like Eldritch Blast and Mind Spike, which could be seen as the advanced technology that you're using. And Destiny 2's 10-year story arc reaches its climax with the final shape. And it's culminating in facing off against the Witness and exploring the depths of the Traveller itself. I think warlocks in Dungeons & Dragons really resonate with a lot of these themes and tones. Warlocks often are battling their own versions of darkness. If you got back into Destiny 2 just because of the Dungeons & Dragons element, would you come play with me? That's what D&D class you should be if your favourite game is Baldur's Gate 3. You cannot stop trying to fix the twink vampire, then step into the ultimate role of D&D. Become the Dungeon Master. Couldn't help but show off my goodies because I love these so much. Just like the immersive narrative of Baldur's Gate 3, as a DM, you are the archetype of epic adventures. You craft the story from grand quests to the tiniest details. In Baldur's Gate 3, the world is rich with lore and alive with possibilities. You can even a bear. As a DM, you get to create the world where anything can happen. Design sprawling cities and even ancient ruins for your players to explore. You're the maestro of NPCs, bringing to life a diverse cast of characters, whether it's a cunning rogue with a dark past or a jovial innkeeper with a secret. You add depth and intrigue to every interaction. Crafting puzzles and intricate challenges is your jam. You can build campaigns that require teamwork to overcome any obstacle. You get to control the battlefield, orchestrating thrilling encounters from epic boss battles with the likes of Vecna, skirmishes with a horde of goblins. Or Grot, don't forget about me. Look, I know I'm in a different universe, but shut up. You're in charge of keeping the balance, keeping it exciting, and challenging your players. Every decision matters in Baldur's Gate 3, and exactly the same applies in Dungeons & Dragons. You and your players will have to make meaningful choices. Will they ally with a mysterious cult or fight against it? So if Baldur's Gate 3 has inspired you with its rich storytelling and dynamic gameplay, take the helm as a Dungeon Master in your own campaign. Would you kindly tell me what D&D class you'd be if your favourite game is BioShock? If BioShock is your favourite game and you thrive on the dark storytelling, moral choices and the mix of combat and strategy, then a wizard, school of transmutation and rogue arcane trickster multiclass might be perfect for you. Mastering the art of altering reality, just like using plasmids in BioShock. Your alchemical skills could allow you to create potions, elixirs that heal, harm or enhance, just like you do in BioShock. Blend all of that with a rogue, you are excellent in stealth, trickery and subtle magic. In BioShock, every choice impacts your journey. Use your cunning and magical abilities to deceive and outmaneuver the enemies. Plus, you might want to be quiet when a big daddy is coming. So you have to balance your pursuit of knowledge and power. Will you use your magic for good? Do you save the little sisters or take their power? There is a time for everything. A time to live and a time to die. A time to build and a time to destroy. Your favourite game is your D&D class. We're starting off with Elden Ring. The Shadow of the Erd Tree just released. I figured this was a great time to do this one. And I've had a lot of requests for it in the comments. If I haven't covered your favourite game yet, make sure to drop me a comment. If you haven't watched my other videos, why the hell not go back and have a look? I might have already covered it. My gut is telling me that if you love dying over and over again and making pacts with random women who decide to call you maidenless, you're a hexblade warlock. Wield weapons imbued with magic, which kind of is reminiscent of some of the ornaments found throughout Elden Ring. And obviously these help you defeat the big, terrifying, scary enemies. The connection to a mysterious patron mirrors the game's rich lore and the characters' ties to greater, often malevolent forces. Not only the Erd Tree, but also your maiden. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a follow. I would really appreciate it. Decide what your favourite game means which D&D class you should play. And remember, this is just for fun. I have had a lot of love for this game in my replies. I'm talking about Fallout 4. Obviously, we've had the amazing show come out this year. I am obsessed with the Gaul. Why is he hot, by the way? I'm a big fan of Fallout. I really enjoyed games 3 and 4. I have also just recently bought New Vegas because I've never played it before, but it's been on my list because I know it's so many people's favourites. And I even have the Magic the Gathering commander deck of Dogmeat. I think an armourer artificer captures the spirit of Fallout 4's wasteland rummaging and power armour use. You would have an ability to craft and customise magical armour, be able to come at a really badass tank. You can create useful items from scrap, so you can adapt to various combat situations. It's basically, in my head, the perfect embodiment of a resourceful, heavily armoured survivor in a post-apocalyptic setting. Just on a tangent, does anyone know how they pee in the power armor? Your favourite game is your D&D class. I've been using this dice in a couple. It's just amazing, isn't it? I just love it. It's so huge and chunky and see-through. So if your favourite game is Kingdom Hearts. Yes, this is another one that has been highly requested by you guys. I am taking requests, by the way, leave them in the comments. I have the perfect class for you. So you run around with a big key and your name is Sora. You should be a paladin, Oath of Devotion. This class is ideal for Kingdom Hearts fans, alright? You are embodying the virtues like courage and heroism akin to Sora. Spells like protection from good and evil and abilities like sacred weapon reflect a lot of the game's themings and battling against darkness. I've actually never played a Kingdom Hearts game. Would you watch if I played? Higher levels of being a paladin, features like aura of devotion, reflective bonds of friendship through all of the characters you get to meet on Sora's journey, like Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse and all of those. Tell me when it all started. You started playing League of Legends and you haven't touched grass since then. I'm only messing with you. You only need to touch grass a little bit. I weirdly wasn't expecting League of Legends to be one of the games that people were yelling at me in the comments to make this kind of video on. If you played League of Legends and you want to know what your favourite D&D class would be, well, let me break it down for you because I've had some thoughts. I've gone to my friend, I've said, hey, what the hell happens in League of Legends? In the bottom lane, you can aid your allies with healing. Often in D&D, you'll find anyone who can do any sort of healing can really turn the tides of a battle. Any sort of gunslinging ranger would be great as well. Mid lane, you're a sorcerer or a wizard. Sorcerers command devastating spells, just like any mid lane mage in League of Legends using their ultimate. Top lane, you are the fighters. This is going to be the more tanky class. Fighters in D&D are frontline bruisers. You're dishing out punishing blows, you're taking on some damage. You are essentially the sturdy backbone of any team. Hey, you're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right in between that Imperial ambush, same as us. And that thief over there. Damn you Stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came along. Empire was nice and lazy. If they hadn't been looking for you, I could have stolen that horse over there and been halfway to Hammerfell. If your favourite game is Skyrim, this is what D&D class you should be. Let's face it, you are on your 900th playthrough and you are still ending up as stealth archers who spare Parthenax. And let me tell you, you are a rogue arcane trickster. You love sneaking around and hitting those shots from the shadows. As a rogue in D&D, you get to be the ultimate stealth master with sneak attack. And as an arcane trickster, you can sprinkle a little bit of magic into your game. Mage hand for those sneaky manipulations. Invisibility to vanish like a pro. Lockpicking and disabling traps. Sounds like you avoided the city guards once again.
You violated the law.
Sparing Parthenax shows that you have true depth. As an arcane trickster, you can blend your cunning with compassion, making those morally complex choices like a true dragonborn. Precision is your middle name, or Derek, I don't know. While your rogue attacks might not be exclusively with a bow, you can flavour them to feel like just the perfect Skyrim archer. Maybe take a multi-class approach with some ranger. If The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is your go-to game and you love exploring, solving puzzles and battling it out with a mix of skills and creativity, then say hello to the perfect D&D class for you, the Ranger Horizon Walker. Just like Link, you're all about exploring, uncovering secrets and taking in the beautiful scenery of the world. As a Horizon Walker, you get to be the ultimate explorer, teleporting between planes. Whether you're swinging your sword or using clever build tactics in game to take down the enemies, the Horizon Walkers are bringing the fight with style. Your combat abilities let you deal extra damage to those pesky foes from other planes, just like taking down the Guardians in Breath of the Wild. Solving puzzles in shrines and using your environment to your advantage is basically a Horizon Walker's MO. Just like a true Hyrulean hero, gather ingredients for cooking up buffs, crafting gear are key in Breath of the Wild. Rangers are experts in survival, foraging and using their environment to their benefit. Also guys, look at my t-shirt, it's Roach on a Roof. I literally should not be allowed this dice, it's dangerous. I might kill someone someday, but it's so pretty. Here's what your favourite game means, which D&D class you should play. Why am I out of breath? I literally just pretended to dance for a second. If you have rhythm and you love Just Dance, then your class should be a monk, specifically the Way of the Dancing Blade. This class I feel like captures the real essence of Just Dance. There's a focus on grace and rhythm and inspiring performances. This subclass emphasizes more non-combat abilities. Yes, you're using blades, but it's more like doing it in a way that is with flourish. It's all about agility and the power of dance. Swords become an extension of yourself, almost like a Wii or Switch remotes or your hands. I do believe you could kill someone using Rah Rah Rasputin. That dance is killer on the thighs, by the way. If you were in a campaign playing this class, which song would you ask your bard to play for you to dance to? And you're just over there with your swords like dum dum dum. I don't know, have an active imagination and know where to spend it. Your favourite game is your D&D class. Welcome, Dead by Daylight fans. I've broken this in two because there are killers and there are survivors. Killers, you are getting a Ranger, Gloomstalker and Rogue Assassin multiclass. It captures the essence of the hunter style type killers and there's a lot of them. I played last night and I hate the Crow Lady, by the way. You move silently to strike from the shadows with lethal precision. Become a fearsome predator who embodies the stealth and terror of the game's killers. For survivors, you are a rogue, scout and artificer artillerist multiclass. I think this is the perfect blend of stealth and technical skill that you'd need in Dead by Daylight, especially for repairing generators. You attempt to stay undetected as you repair generators with efficiency and use your keen senses to avoid the killer. You're embodying a clever and resourceful nature of the game's survivors. Whether you're hunting or trying to escape, these D&D multiclasses align perfectly with the thrilling experience of playing Dead by Daylight. Let me know what you think in the comment section. We're nearly at 10k on TikTok.